Have you ever wondered what hidden clues your body might be revealing about how many years you have left? What if simple daily habits, ones you barely notice, could quietly predict your future health and longevity? And here's something even more surprising. These clues don't involve fancy machines or complicated tests. They're already present in your daily life. Growing older brings many unexpected changes. For many people, the question of how much time they have left isn't just an idle thought. It becomes something deeply personal, something that lingers quietly in the back of their minds. But here's the fascinating part. There are signs that can subtly and powerfully predict your longevity. These aren't mystical predictions or results from expensive medical screenings. They lie in everyday actions: how you walk, how you sleep, the way you connect with people, and even how you move throughout the day. In this video, we're going to explore 8 scientifically backed signs that can reveal how long you may live after 70. These signs aren't based on myths or vague theories. They come from decades of research, blending medical studies with psychological insights. Even more importantly, many of these signs are not only predictors of longevity, they're also things you can work on improving, starting right now. Imagine that. The very things that forecast your future might also be keys to enhancing it. So, if you're someone who dreams of not just living longer, but living with more energy, sharper focus, and greater peace of mind, this video is for you. Stick with me until the very end, because simply becoming aware of these signs could completely change how you view your health, your habits, and your future. It might even inspire you to take the next step toward a life that's not only longer, but far better. Let's begin. The first sign is something most people overlook. It's your walking pace. Walking at a steady, brisk pace, with ease and confidence, is actually one of the strongest indicators of longevity after age 70. It might sound too simple to be true, but researchers have studied this connection for decades, and their findings are strikingly consistent. Walking speed isn't just about physical fitness, it reflects overall vitality. If you walk briskly, without hesitation or strain, you're likely sending a strong message to both your body and your brain that you're healthy, capable, and ready for the years ahead. In fact, walking pace has become such a reliable predictor of life expectancy that some experts even refer to it as the 6th vital sign. So next time you head out for a stroll, pay attention, because the way you walk may be quietly revealing far more than you realize. Adults who naturally walk at a quicker pace tend to enjoy longer lives. But this isn't about rushing down crowded sidewalks or power walking through the grocery aisles. It's about the steady rhythm, the quiet confidence, and the energy that shows in every step. A purposeful, steady pace reflects something far deeper than just physical movement. It signals that your body is functioning smoothly and that your mind remains sharp and engaged. Why does this matter so much, you might wonder? Well, walking pace isn't simply about how fast your legs can move. It reflects the well-being of your heart, the strength of your muscles, your ability to balance, and even the sharpness of your brain. When you walk briskly, it means your cardiovascular system is pumping blood efficiently throughout your body. It also shows that your nervous system is effectively sending signals to your limbs, allowing your muscles to move in harmony. This effortless coordination reveals that your body's major systems are working together seamlessly, and that harmony is a strong sign of lasting vitality. But there's more to it than just the physical. There's also a powerful psychological aspect here. Older adults who maintain a brisk, steady pace often face life with greater determination and confidence. They aren't shuffling along or hesitating with every step. They're moving forward, literally and emotionally. That mindset often carries over into other areas of life, showing up as a strong willingness to stay active, remain socially connected, and fully participate in the world around them. Picture this for a moment. You're strolling through your neighborhood park. The air feels crisp, and the path beneath your feet feels familiar. You're not in a rush, but your steps are firm, steady, and sure. Along the way, you pass by others who smile or nod in recognition. You're not out of breath, and there's no dragging of your feet. That simple, peaceful walk might actually be sending a quiet but powerful message to the world. I've still got plenty of life ahead. I once knew a man named Harold. He was 78 when I first met him at a local community center, and you wouldn't believe how quickly he moved, faster than many folks half his age. To Harold, it wasn't anything remarkable. It was simply the way he walked every day. But the doctors noticed. So did the physical therapists. They all said the same thing. His walking pace wasn't just impressive. It was a clear sign of exceptional health. Harold lived well into his mid-90s, remaining sharp, cheerful, and full of life until the very end. Whenever people asked him about his secret, he always gave the same answer, with a twinkle in his eye. Keep walking like you've got somewhere to be. And honestly, he was right. You don't need a stopwatch to measure your speed, nor do you need to compete with anyone else. It's all about maintaining that steady, purposeful pace. Like every step has meaning. Take a moment to notice how you move throughout your day. Pay close attention to your steps. If walking feels natural, if you're moving without hesitation, and if you're not pausing at every curb or struggling to maintain your balance, you're likely doing far better than you realize. But here's something comforting. If walking has become a bit more difficult for you lately, that's completely okay too. One of the most encouraging things about this sign is that it's not fixed. It's something you can actively improve with time, patience, and simple effort. Even short daily walks, whether around your home, your block, or even just through your backyard, can make a surprisingly big difference over time. You may gradually notice your pace beginning to pick up again, little by little. And when that happens, it's your body's way of telling you that it's regaining strength and resilience. So the next time you head out for a walk, whether it's to check the mailbox, meet a friend, or simply clear your mind, pay attention to the rhythm of your steps. That steady beat beneath your feet might just be one of the clearest and most reassuring signs that you're built for a longer, healthier journey ahead. Now, let's look at another quiet but incredibly powerful sign that can predict how long you may live after 70: your ability to maintain strong, meaningful social connections. At first glance, this might seem simple, maybe even obvious, but here's something most people don't realize. Your relationships could be doing more for your longevity than any supplement, medication, or fitness routine ever could. When we think about health as we age, we tend to focus on things like cholesterol, blood pressure, or aching joints. But researchers have discovered something remarkable. Loneliness and social isolation can be just as harmful to your health, and in some cases, even more dangerous. In fact, people over the age of 70 who stay socially active and emotionally connected to others tend to live much longer and experience better health overall. Why is this such a big deal? Because human connection nourishes both the body and the mind in ways that no pill ever could. When you have people in your life to talk to share laughter with, or to lean on during tough times, your body responds in extraordinary ways. Stress levels drop, inflammation decreases, immune function improves, and perhaps most importantly, your sense of purpose grows stronger. And that deep sense of meaning, knowing you're needed, valued, and connected, is something every human being craves, regardless of age. But it's not about counting the number of friends you have or how many social events fill your calendar. It's about the depth of those connections. Even a small circle of close relationships, whether it's your spouse, a kind neighbor, a longtime church friend, or your grown children, can make a profound difference in both your health and your happiness. What truly matters most is that you feel seen, heard, and valued. That simple sense of connection can work wonders. I'm reminded of a woman named Linda. She's 82, lives alone, and doesn't have a large family nearby. But every Wednesday, without fail, she picks up the phone and calls her old high school friend, who now lives across the country. Their conversation lasts about half an hour. They chat about everything: favorite recipes, the latest news, the usual aches and pains in their knees, and those cherished old memories that still make them both laugh. On the surface, it may seem like nothing more than a routine phone call. But in reality, that one call is a powerful lifeline, one of the strongest predictors that Linda will continue thriving well into her 90s. Why does something so ordinary have such a big impact? Because that connection lifts her spirits, eases her stress, and gently reminds her that she's not alone in this world. And the science behind it is just as remarkable. Studies have shown again and again that seniors who maintain strong social bonds face much lower risks of heart disease, memory loss, depression, and even physical decline. They tend to recover faster from illness and are more likely to stay physically active as they grow older. Social connection doesn't just warm the heart, it energizes the entire body in ways you might not expect. And there's yet another important piece to this. When you feel connected, you're far more likely to take better care of yourself. You might find yourself preparing healthier meals because you know someone's coming over for dinner. You might go for a walk just to chat with a neighbor along the way. Or you may stick to your medication schedule more carefully because your daughter checks in on you every few days. In these small everyday ways, your relationships quietly become the anchors that hold your health steady. They tie you to routines and habits that strengthen both body and mind. So take a quiet moment to reflect. Who are you connected to? Who do you laugh with? Who checks in on you, and who do you check on in return? These aren't just friendly exchanges. They're essential threads woven into the fabric of your well-being. And if you've made it this far in the video and found these insights meaningful, I'd love for you to take a second to comment number 2 below to let me know you're still here. And if you haven't already subscribed, I recommend hitting that button and turning on the notification bell so you won't miss future videos. Your support allows us to keep creating content that informs and inspires you. Now, let's keep going. Another powerful, yet often underestimated sign that can predict how long you'll live after 70 is something many people overlook: how well you sleep. If you consistently enjoy deep, restful sleep, typically around 6 to 8 hours each night, it's doing far more than simply helping you feel refreshed in the morning. It might actually be adding years to your life. Many older adults tend to brush off sleep problems, believing it's just an inevitable part of getting older. They often say, "That's just how it goes when you hit 70. But the science says otherwise. In fact, researchers have found that seniors who sleep soundly and regularly have a much lower risk of facing serious health issues such as heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and even memory-related conditions like cognitive decline. Your sleep isn't just a time for rest, it's a time for repair. And as we grow older, that repair process becomes even more crucial. It's during those precious hours of deep sleep that your body works hard to restore itself. What makes consistent quality sleep so incredibly powerful? One major reason is that it allows your brain to clear away waste and reset itself. This process plays a vital role in improving memory, boosting mood, and keeping your thinking sharp. Another key reason quality sleep is so powerful lies in how it supports your immune system. While you sleep, your body gets a chance to rebuild and restore its defenses. But when you don't sleep well, inflammation tends to rise, making it much harder for your body to fend off illnesses and infections. And there's more. Quality sleep also plays a major role in keeping your hormones in balance. It helps regulate those crucial hormones that manage hunger, blood sugar levels, and even stress. Without enough good sleep, these hormones can quickly fall out of sync, triggering a ripple effect on your overall health. There's something else that's especially important for older adults to remember. Sleep directly affects your physical balance and mental alertness. A well-rested person is far less likely to trip or suffer a fall, and we all know how dangerous a fall can become after age 70. A broken bone, a hip fracture, or a head injury can change everything in an instant. That's why sleep isn't just about feeling refreshed. It's also about staying safe as you move through your daily routine. Let me tell you about George, a man I met during a wellness seminar a few years ago. He was 75 at the time, and he confessed that he used to sleep no more than 4 hours a night. He'd toss and turn, waking up again and again, and he simply accepted it as a normal part of aging. But after facing a couple of concerning health scares, his doctor encouraged him to make some small adjustments to his nighttime habits. George started avoiding heavy meals late in the evening, kept his bedroom cool and dark, and made sure to turn off the TV at least an hour before bedtime. The results were remarkable. Within just a few weeks, George was finally sleeping through the night. His energy returned, his blood pressure dropped, and he even said his mood became noticeably brighter. Now, at age 80, he swears by his sleep routine and calls it one of the best health decisions he's ever made. Of course, it's important to remember that not every sleep issue is caused by bad habits. Sometimes poor sleep is linked to medications, chronic pain, or underlying health conditions like sleep apnea. That's why it's so important not to brush off sleep problems or assume they're just a normal part of aging. If you struggle to fall asleep, wake up repeatedly during the night, or still feel groggy in the morning, it's definitely worth discussing with your doctor. In many cases, small changes, such as adjusting the timing of your medications, switching to a more supportive pillow, or adding gentle stretches before bed, can make a world of difference. And if you're already sleeping well right now, that's fantastic news. It likely means your body is maintaining strong internal rhythms, repairing itself each night, and giving you the best possible foundation for a longer, healthier life. Take a moment to think about your own sleep. Do you usually wake up feeling rested and clear-headed? Is your sleep peaceful and uninterrupted? Or do you find yourself waking frequently, feeling tired and sluggish throughout the day? These aren't just casual questions about comfort. They're powerful reflections of your overall health and your future well-being. And the best part? Just like walking and staying socially connected, sleep is something you can gently improve at any age. So tonight, as you settle under the covers, remember this. Those quiet hours your body spends resting may just be one of the most effective and natural tools you have for living a longer, healthier life. Now, let's explore another surprising, yet incredibly revealing sign that doctors and researchers have been paying much more attention to in recent years: your ability to stand on one leg for at least 10 seconds. It may sound far too simple to hold much meaning, but this short physical test can actually provide valuable insight into your body's overall health and stability. Your ability to balance on one leg, even for just 10 seconds, can reveal surprising truths about your overall stability, brain function, and even your potential lifespan. As we grow older, balance becomes far more than simply walking without stumbling. It becomes a signal, an indicator of how well your body and brain are working together in harmony. If you can stand on one leg, steady and still, even for a brief moment, that small action tells us something powerful. It shows that your muscles are strong enough to support you, that your nervous system is firing smoothly, and that your brain is effectively communicating with the rest of your body. These systems working together aren't just about movement. They're closely tied to your quality of life and your longevity. Recent studies have revealed a fascinating connection between balance and life expectancy. Older adults who struggled to hold a one-leg stance for even just 10 seconds were nearly twice as likely to face serious health problems or experience a sharp decline in their quality of life in the years that followed. In contrast, those who passed this simple balance test were often healthier, more independent, and tended to live longer. I used to see a gentleman at the park named Frank. He was 83 and had this charming little routine he performed every day. He would pause at a bench, carefully lift one leg, hold it for 10 seconds, then switch legs and repeat the process before continuing his walk. One day, I asked him why he did it. He chuckled and said, "I read somewhere that if I can still do this at my age, I've probably got a good shot at sticking around for a while." And you know what? He wasn't wrong. Frank's balance wasn't flawless, but it was steady. You could see it in the way he focused. His eyes fixed, his posture controlled, every movement deliberate. What impressed me most wasn't just his ability to hold the pose. It was that he treated it like brushing his teeth, simply a part of his daily routine. Now, if you're hearing this and thinking, "There's no way I could do that," don't worry. This isn't a test you need to ace right away. It's more like a gentle benchmark, a way to check in with yourself, to see where you stand today and where you might want to improve tomorrow. The good news is that balance can be improved at any age with simple, consistent effort. You can start with easy exercises, like standing near a sturdy counter, lifting one foot just slightly off the ground, while holding on for support. With time, your muscles will grow stronger, your reflexes will sharpen, and that 10-second goal will slowly become more reachable. Even gentle activities, such as Tai Chi, yoga, or light stretching, can work wonders for improving balance. The key is consistency, sticking with it and paying close attention to how your body feels as you practice. It's not about perfection or passing a test. It's about making steady progress and embracing every small improvement along the way. So the next time you're brushing your teeth or standing in line at the kitchen counter, ask yourself, could this be a perfect moment to pause, lift one foot, and practice? You just might surprise yourself. The next time you're brushing your teeth or waiting for the kettle to boil, try this simple habit. Stand on one leg for a few seconds. Test yourself gently, without forcing anything. Pay attention to how your body feels. Notice the little shifts, the effort it takes to stay steady, and what your body is quietly telling you. If you can hold that position, even just for a short moment, it may be one of the most encouraging signs that your body is still working with you, not against you. It's a quiet reminder that your years ahead can still be filled with strength, steadiness, and vitality. And if you've been watching this video and finding value in these insights, I'd love for you to comment number 4 below, just to let me know you're still with me. And if you haven't already subscribed, I invite you to do so and turn on the notification bell. That way, you'll never miss new videos packed with helpful and inspiring content. Your support allows us to keep sharing these meaningful topics with you. Now, let's keep going. One of the most revealing signs that can predict how long you'll live after 70 isn't hidden in your blood pressure numbers or your cholesterol levels. It's found in something far more subtle: how you handle stress, and even more importantly, how quickly you recover once stressful moments pass. If you've noticed that you're generally able to remain calm during difficult situations, or that you're able to bounce back emotionally after challenges without lingering in worry, resentment, or fear, then you may already be protecting your health in powerful ways, sometimes without even realizing it. Stress, especially when it becomes chronic, is one of the most damaging forces the human body can endure. It doesn't just affect your mood, it triggers a chain reaction inside your body. Chronic stress raises inflammation, throws your hormones out of balance, weakens your immune defenses, and gradually wears down both your heart and your brain. But here's what truly matters. It's not whether or not you experience stress, because let's face it, everyone does. The real difference lies in how you respond to it, and how quickly you can return to a calmer state afterward. For older adults, this response can have a profound impact on the quality and length of the years ahead. Take a moment to reflect. How does your body react when something stressful happens? Do your muscles tighten? Does your heart race? Do you find yourself stuck in worry? Or do you find a way to ease back into calm? Think about those moments when something goes wrong. Maybe you spill your morning coffee, miss an important appointment, or receive unsettling news from a family member. In those situations, do you find yourself taking a deep breath, adjusting, and moving forward? Or does that tension linger, hanging on long after the moment has passed? That ability to regain your calm and find your footing again is something researchers refer to as resilience. And the more resilient you are, the more your health is shielded from the long-term effects of stress. I'm reminded of a man named Walter, someone I met years ago. He was 81 and had weathered more than his fair share of tough seasons. He'd lost his wife, faced serious financial struggles, and battled through multiple health scares. But if you had the chance to sit down and speak with him, you'd never guess all that he had endured. Walter had this warm, steady voice and a habit of pausing thoughtfully before he responded to anything. I remember him once telling me, "Life's thrown a lot at me, but I just try not to carry too much at once." That simple mindset wasn't just comforting. It was in many ways life-extending. Walter's calm approach didn't mean he never felt stress. Of course he did. But what made the difference was how he handled it. He allowed himself to process those feelings, accept them for what they were, and then move forward, without letting the weight of stress take over his life. From a biological standpoint, people like Walter tend to have lower levels of cortisol, the hormone your body produces in response to stress. That's crucial because chronically high cortisol levels have been linked to a wide range of serious health problems, including memory loss, unwanted weight gain, heart disease, and even shorter life expectancy. However, when your cortisol levels return to normal quickly after a stressful event, your body recovers faster. Your organs don't suffer the same wear and tear, and you're less likely to experience the long-term damage that unchecked stress can cause. Even more fascinating, people who manage stress well often sleep more soundly, make healthier choices with food, and remain more socially active. All of these habits are also closely tied to living a longer, healthier life. In many ways, resilience triggers a chain reaction, a positive cycle of better habits, stronger emotional well-being, and healthier outcomes. Now you might be thinking, but I've always been a bit anxious, or it's hard not to worry, especially about my health or my children. That's completely understandable. And you know what? That's completely normal. The goal isn't to erase stress from your life entirely. That's simply not realistic. Instead, it's about learning to develop tools that help you move through it more gracefully. Simple, practical habits like deep breathing exercises, prayer or quiet reflection, light physical activity, keeping a gratitude journal, or even stepping outside for a few minutes to soak up some fresh air can dramatically shift how your nervous system responds to stressful moments. And here's something truly fascinating. Your brain has the remarkable ability to rewire itself. Over time, the more you practice calming techniques and mindful responses, the more naturally your brain begins to handle stress with ease. It's very much like building a muscle. The more you work on it, the stronger and more reliable it becomes. As you strengthen this resilience muscle, you're doing far more than just calming your mind. You're also protecting your heart, your brain, and your entire body from the harmful effects of stress. So the next time life feels overwhelming or something frustrating happens, take a moment to pause and notice your reaction. How quickly do you return to calm? Do you find yourself stuck in worry, or do you breathe deeply, adjust, and continue moving forward? That quiet ability to recover, to shift your mindset from stress back to peace, might just be one of the strongest, most hopeful signs that your body and mind are built for a long, healthy future. And if you feel like you're not quite there yet, don't worry. Resilience isn't something you either have or don't have. It's a skill that can be developed, no matter your age. Every time you choose to respond with calm instead of panic, you're not only choosing peace in that moment, you're also making a meaningful investment in your future well-being, adding more healthy moments to the years ahead. Now, let's move on to another surprising sign, one that many people overlook, yet it quietly reveals a great deal about your longevity and overall health. It might surprise you to learn this, but one of the most reliable indicators of how long you may live after 70 lies right in the palm of your hand, your grip strength. Yes, something as simple as how firmly you can squeeze or hold on to an object says far more about your body than you might think. It's not just about testing your hand muscles, it's actually a window into your total physical health, your resilience, and even your future independence. Doctors and researchers have been studying grip strength for decades, and their findings are both fascinating and consistent. Seniors who maintain stronger grip strength tend to live longer, stay healthier overall, and recover more quickly from illnesses or surgeries. In fact, grip strength has been shown to predict everything from heart health and mobility to brain function and cognitive sharpness. Why is that? Because grip strength isn't simply about your hands. It reflects the health and coordination of your entire muscular and nervous system. In order to maintain a firm, steady grip, your brain must send clear signals through your nerves, and your muscles must respond quickly and efficiently. And there's more to it than just muscles. Your joints also need to be stable and relatively free from pain in order to maintain a strong grip. That smooth coordination between the brain and the body is what makes grip strength such a powerful and reliable indicator of overall health. It also gives insight into how physically active you are in your daily life. People who stay engaged with physical tasks, whether it's gardening, carrying groceries, using hand tools, or simply moving around regularly, almost always have stronger grips. And those everyday movements, those simple yet purposeful acts of strength and coordination, play a crucial role in protecting your body from the typical declines associated with aging. Let me tell you about Carol, a woman I once met who perfectly illustrates this point. She's 76 and lives in a cozy home surrounded by a beautiful backyard filled with vibrant flowers and a thriving vegetable garden. Every morning, without fail, you'll find her outside, gently tending to her plants, pulling stubborn weeds, lifting heavy watering cans, and carefully pruning her beloved rose bushes. During a routine doctor's visit, her physician decided to check her grip strength. To everyone's surprise, though not really to Carol herself, her results were far above average for her age group. Her doctor smiled warmly and said, "Whatever you're doing, keep it up." Yup. That brief moment confirmed something Carol had already sensed deep down. Staying active, even in the simplest, most enjoyable ways, was helping her stay physically strong and vibrant. From a medical perspective, strong grip strength is linked to many significant health benefits. It's associated with fewer hospital visits, a lower risk of heart disease, and better metabolic function. It also plays a key role in preventing falls. After all, when your hands are strong, you're far more likely to catch yourself, steady your balance, or grab onto something to prevent a dangerous fall. But there's another layer to this that often gets overlooked. Grip strength also connects deeply to your psychological sense of independence. Think for a moment about all the daily tasks that require strong hands: opening jars, turning door handles, carrying bags of groceries or baskets of laundry, writing, cooking, or even tying your shoes. When your hands remain strong and capable, you retain control over your environment. You don't have to depend on others nearly as much. And that sense of independence, it builds confidence in your body and in your ability to keep living life on your own terms. And as we've seen again and again, confidence is directly linked to better mental health and even longer life. Now, if you're curious about how your own grip strength measures up, there's a simple way to check. Try squeezing a soft rubber ball, gripping a hand exerciser, or even shaking hands with a friend. Does your grip feel firm and steady, or do your hands tire quickly? If your grip feels weak, don't worry. It's not a fixed trait. It's something you can improve no matter your age. You don't need any fancy gym equipment or complicated machines to improve your grip. Simple, consistent practices, like using hand grippers, lifting light hand weights, or doing basic movements such as squeezing a rolled-up towel, can gradually rebuild your strength over time. Even everyday tasks, like opening stubborn jar lids or stretching resistance bands, can do wonders for enhancing your grip. The key here is consistency and patience. You don't need to push yourself too hard or aim for dramatic results overnight. It's not about trying to become a bodybuilder or achieving an intense level of fitness. Instead, it's about laying a steady, strong foundation, a foundation of strength that quietly supports your overall health, balance, and daily activities. So the next time you reach for something, a coffee mug, a door handle, or even the comforting hand of someone you love, pause for a brief moment and notice your grip. That quiet, almost unnoticed strength might be telling you far more than you realize about your body's current state and the path your health is taking. And if you're still here, still watching and finding value in these insights, I'd love for you to comment number 6 below to let me know you're following along. And if you haven't yet subscribed, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss out on future videos filled with helpful and inspiring content. Your support allows us to continue creating videos that serve and empower you. Now, let's continue. Another powerful and often underestimated sign that predicts how long you may live after 70 lies in what you eat every single day, specifically, whether you regularly choose whole, minimally processed foods. It may sound like common sense, but the truth is, your daily food choices, especially as you grow older, can either quietly work in your favor or slowly work against you. Whole foods, like fresh fruits, colorful vegetables, legumes, nuts, seeds, whole grains, lean proteins, and heart-healthy fats are packed with the essential nutrients your aging body needs. They offer vitamins, minerals, fiber, and antioxidants that nourish your cells and help fight inflammation. When you make these kinds of foods the foundation of your meals, you're doing far more than just satisfying your taste buds. You're fueling your body with energy for the day, supporting your muscle strength, sharpening your brain clarity, and most importantly, protecting yourself from chronic diseases that become more common with age. After 70, your body becomes more sensitive to everything you consume. Digestion naturally slows down. Your ability to absorb certain nutrients, like vitamin B12 or calcium, decreases. Your immune system doesn't rebound as quickly, and your risk of developing serious health conditions, such as heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, and memory loss, rises considerably. But here's the good news. Food remains one of the most powerful tools you have to protect your health and extend your life. It becomes your daily medicine, working silently with every bite you take. Each meal you enjoy either helps build your resilience or gradually chips away at it. The challenge? Many of the foods aggressively marketed toward older adults may not truly support their health at all. Many products that are heavily marketed toward older adults, such as microwave meals, snack bars, and diet drinks, may seem convenient at first glance. But here's what most people don't realize. These foods are often packed with hidden sugars, excessive salt, artificial preservatives, and inflammatory industrial oils. While they may save time in the short term, over the long run, they quietly fuel inflammation, overwork your organs, and accelerate the aging process from the inside out. Now, imagine a very different kind of meal. Picture a simple bowl of warm oatmeal topped with fresh berries and a sprinkle of walnuts, or a plate of tender-baked salmon served alongside steamed broccoli, finished with just a drizzle of olive oil. These meals aren't just nourishing, they're restorative. They work in harmony with your body, not against it. They help sharpen your brain, fuel your heart, stabilize your blood sugar, and support your gut health. They satisfy your hunger, but more importantly, they rebuild and protect your health with every bite. Let me tell you about Jim, a man whose story perfectly illustrates this transformation. Jim is 79, and for most of his life, he didn't give much thought to his diet. Fast food was convenient, and sugary treats brought him comfort. But in his early 70s, after a serious health scare, everything changed. He began making small, gradual shifts in his eating habits. He replaced sugary sodas with water, started adding leafy greens to his dinner plate, and learned how to prepare simple, wholesome meals from scratch. Today, Jim says he feels more energetic and alive than he did at 60. His doctor agrees, calling it nothing short of a remarkable turnaround. But to Jim, it's simply the result of eating real, nourishing food. The beauty of this sign is that it's never too late to begin. Even if you've spent years eating a less-than-ideal diet, your body is incredibly responsive once you start giving it the nutrients it truly needs. Inflammation starts to decrease. Your arteries begin to relax. Your brain becomes more alert and focused. You might even notice your mood improving, your joints becoming more flexible, and your digestion calming down. That's the quiet but powerful magic of clean, whole food. It gives your body the tools it needs to repair itself and thrive again. But what exactly does minimally processed mean? It's simpler than you might think. It means choosing foods that look much the same as they did when they came from nature. A baked sweet potato instead of a bag of potato chips. A handful of raw almonds instead of a candy bar. A piece of grilled chicken instead of frozen chicken nuggets. It's about choosing foods with short, recognizable ingredient lists, and ideally, as few ingredients as possible. It doesn't have to be fancy or complicated. You don't need to follow a trendy diet or cut out entire food groups. The goal is to eat foods that make your body feel energized, balanced, and strong. Foods that help your body run smoothly day after day. And if you're living on a fixed income or find it challenging to shop for fresh produce regularly, there's still hope and flexibility. Frozen vegetables, for example, are often just as nutritious as fresh ones. and can last far longer in your freezer, making them both practical and budget-friendly. Canned beans, oats, eggs, and brown rice are also excellent, affordable staples that offer plenty of nourishment. It's not about perfection, it's about making the best choices available to you and consistently giving your body the nourishment it's quietly asking for. So the next time you sit down for a meal, pause for just a moment and really look at your plate. Ask yourself, is this food supporting my strength, my clarity of mind, and the quality of the years ahead? Nanay. That simple question has the power to reshape your daily habits, and over time, it may quietly shape not just how you feel, but also how long you live. Now, let's turn to one of the most overlooked yet deeply important signs that can predict your longevity after 70, whether or not you still feel a genuine sense of purpose and joy in your daily life. This isn't something your doctor is likely to check during your annual visit. It won't show up on a blood test or scan. Yet its impact on your health, happiness, and longevity is both profound and incredibly personal. People who wake up each morning with something to look forward to, no matter how small, tend to live longer, stay healthier, and feel more fulfilled as they grow older. That sense of purpose can come in many forms, and it doesn't have to be anything dramatic or world-changing. Purpose can be as simple as tending to a garden, mentoring a younger person, caring for a pet, writing your thoughts in a journal, or preparing a home-cooked meal for someone you love. It's not about the size of the action, it's about the meaning it holds for you. What truly matters is feeling connected to something outside yourself, something that gives you a reason to engage with the world every day. Studies on healthy aging consistently show that older adults who maintain a strong sense of purpose have dramatically lower rates of heart disease, stroke, depression, and even cognitive decline, including dementia. Why is that? Because purpose acts like fuel for the body and mind. It keeps your mind sharp, your emotions more stable, and your body moving with intention. When you have something to look forward to, something meaningful that brings you joy, your entire system responds in remarkable ways. When you have a sense of purpose, you naturally breathe more deeply, think more clearly, and even feel physically stronger. But it's not just about having a goal or something to work toward. It's also about finding joy. Not the flashy, extravagant kind of joy, but the quiet, everyday joy that often goes unnoticed. It's the joy of hearing birds chirping outside your window at dawn. The comfort of wrapping your hands around a warm cup of tea as sunlight filters through the room. The familiar melody of your favorite song playing softly in the background. The laughter of a child, or the peaceful reflection during a quiet afternoon. These small moments of joy aren't luxuries, they are lifelines. This kind of daily joy protects you from the weight of stress, lifts your spirit when days feel heavy, and gently reminds you that life, even in its simplest, quietest moments, is still something to be savored. I remember a woman named Dorothy who embodied this beautifully. She was 85, living alone after having outlived most of her family and many of her friends. But every single day, she followed a routine that brought her comfort and connection. She would open her curtains to let in the morning light, carefully water her houseplants, read the newspaper from cover to cover, and write a thoughtful note to someone, sometimes a neighbor, sometimes a stranger she had heard about. When I asked her about this practice, she smiled and said, "I may not have many people around me anymore, but I still have things to say and beauty to notice." That simple daily ritual gave Dorothy a sense of rhythm and purpose, something to look forward to each day. It kept her bright-eyed, kind-hearted, and deeply engaged in life well into her late 90s. Even during difficult times, people with a strong sense of purpose tend to navigate challenges with more resilience. They recover faster from illnesses, they're more likely to ask for help when they need it, and they often stick with healthier habits that keep them thriving. Why is that? Because when you truly care about life, when you wake up knowing your day holds meaning, you naturally become more invested in protecting and nurturing it. What's beautiful about purpose and joy is that they don't depend on big, dramatic events or grand gestures. More often, they're tucked into the quiet corners of everyday life. They're found in the rhythm of a morning walk, a friendly chat at the checkout counter, the comfort of clean sheets at night, or the memory of a loved one who touched your heart. These seemingly small moments aren't insignificant at all. They're the threads that weave together a rich, meaningful life. And if you've been feeling like your sense of purpose has faded or slipped away lately, that's perfectly okay. It happens. Life changes, routines shift, and it's easy to lose sight of those little anchors. Sometimes, it simply takes a little time and patience to rediscover new meaning during a new season of life. Purpose isn't always something that arrives in a rush. It can emerge slowly, quietly, in ways you might not expect. For some people, it starts by helping someone else, offering a listening ear, or lending a hand to a neighbor or friend. Other times, it begins with a gentle question you ask yourself, such as, "What brings me peace these days?" Or, "What used to bring me joy that I've stopped doing?" Even something as small as writing down one thing you're grateful for each day can slowly reopen the door to a richer, more connected life. Little by little, that practice can reawaken your sense of purpose and help you feel more grounded. So take a moment right now and ask yourself honestly, do you still feel like your days matter? Do you have something or someone that brings you joy, even in the simplest way? If your answer is yes, then you're already nurturing one of the strongest, most enduring foundations for a longer, richer, and more meaningful life. And if your answer isn't clear just yet, that's perfectly okay too. Maybe this very moment can serve as your invitation to begin again, to explore, to reflect, and to gently start seeking out what lights you up inside. Because when you live with purpose, the days ahead stop being about merely surviving. They become about truly living, about savoring life in all its beauty one day at a time. As we reach the end of this video, I'd like to invite you to pause for just a moment and reflect on everything we've explored together. Think back to the 8 signs we discussed. Which one stood out to you the most? Was there a particular sign that made you nod knowingly and think, "Yes, that's me"? Or maybe there was one that quietly sparked a little motivation inside you, a reminder that it's never too late to make a small, positive change. Whether it was your steady walking pace, your ability to rediscover purpose in everyday moments, or simply your resilience in bouncing back from stress, each of these signs tells a story. They tell a story about your body's quiet strength, your heart's unwavering resilience, and your spirit's continued desire to keep moving forward. And here's the beautiful truth. These signs aren't tests you pass or fail. They are gentle reflections, offering you a glimpse into the life you've already lived, and just as importantly, the life that still lies ahead. There is always room to grow, to heal, and to improve. Longevity isn't about achieving perfection. It's about being present, showing up for yourself, for your body, and your mind, in the ways that truly matter, day after day, moment by moment. I hope this video has done more than simply share information with you. I hope it has helped you feel seen and understood. Because aging isn't a slow decline. It's a deepening of wisdom, of gratitude, and of the relationships and daily routines that bring meaning and joy to your life. And maybe, just maybe, you're beginning to see that you're already doing far better than you realized. Those simple things you do every single day, reaching out to a friend, walking with purpose, preparing a nourishing meal, or simply pausing to take a deep breath, are not small at all. In fact, they are quietly shaping your future in ways that are far more powerful than you might imagine. So, as you step forward into tomorrow, carry this thought with you. Your life is still unfolding, beautifully and fully. And the choices you make today have the potential to echo forward, bringing strength, peace, and joy to all the days ahead. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. We would truly love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below and share one thing you learned from this video, along with how you plan to apply it in your own life. Your thoughts matter to us, and reading your comments gives us tremendous encouragement and motivation. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others. Your support allows us to keep creating meaningful content designed to inform, uplift, and inspire. Wishing you abundant health, happiness, and peace. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We look forward to seeing you again in the next video.